Buenos dias. All right. I'm back, and this is absolutely not story time. This is, yeah, you're right. So the car is obviously still off the ground. Yep, there's a driveline there, and there are some jacks right there, and some more mail and some lights and stuff like that. And as promised, I'm going to show you how to do U-joints using jack stands and some simple hand tools. I'll see you in a second. Lava lamp. That light I'll get to in a second. More stuff is here. U-joint, Leatherman. Mirror that George hates being taped on like this, but it's cool. 4-speed. Um, so, let's talk about the car for a second. I got some news while I was gone. Actually, not while I was gone, when I came back. I got some news that my buddy Alan over there at the discount tire place told me that American Racing is no longer making the torque thrust in a 15 by 4.5 inch size. So they're not making a skinny torque thrust anymore. They're discontinuing it. So he deals directly with the manufacturer and he can't get them. But Summit has them, has 16 of them. Well, not anymore, they only have 14 of them. So I went ahead and bought the 2 from Summit. And Alan is getting me the 15 by 10s for the back. The problem is nobody has 15 by 10s. They still make them, yes, but they haven't made any. Like, they're super, super far behind. I don't want to go this way because you get blown out. They're super, super, super far behind on their production. Like, even though they're made overseas, not in America anymore, they are, like, way behind. And so he's going to try and work some magic. I don't know if he'll be able to make it happen because Summit shows them not even available for shipping until the middle of July, which means they wouldn't reach me here till sometime in August. Alan thinks he can get them sooner than that. I think he's going to hear the same thing because what I think is going on is I think they're being manufactured right now or in process. They're going to all be loaded onto a container ship over there in Taiwan or China or wherever they are. And then with all the shipping issues we're having, they will be on a barge in containers and shipped all over the United States to wherever, which means none are being made. So I probably won't have the rear wheels for this car, the torque thrust, until August. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and drive it. I will have the front wheels in 2 days. Unless the COVID thing and all the shipping slows it down, I'll have them here in 2 days. In which case, come with me. Come with me, kids. There's my surfboard. I'll run the Kragers on the back or something on the back, and then I'll put these tires on my 4.5 inch torque thrust. And here's what's going on. So my wife, I love her. She's so good with helping me figure out and make my brain work. She asks the right questions. So in my mind, I thought about just buying, why don't I just buy 2 more Kragers and put them on the front, and then I can run my Kragers in the back and the 15 by 4.5 new style Kragers in the front, and they'll match the new style rears. And I thought I'll just do that. They're $220 a piece from Summit, and they're $143 a piece to ship, which puts the grand total at, a lot. Just to have 2 front tires over here for some Kragers. Just have 2 Kragers on the front to match the rears. Versus from Summit, this was weird, the 4.5 inch torque thrusts are $118 a piece and $158 a piece to ship, but combined they're $102 to ship. So for $352 and some change delivered, I'm going to have 2 torque thrusts here. Yeah. And for like $300, I'll have the rears, or $400, I'll have the rears delivered down there, and then I'll take them all down there and swap them. So that was my dilemma. My wife asked me a very simple question, and you need to ask yourself this question. If money wasn't an object, what wheels make you really excited about your vehicle, or what particular part about your vehicle, or that you want? If you have like a choice to do two things and you're kind of leaning towards which one are you really excited about? And she asked me that question. I really had to think about it, because what got me excited was, do I get the two wheels so I could have the Kragers on it and drive it around and have it look like that, which I do like Kragers, or do I get the torque thrusts and put them on this car, which I love torque thrusts too? Which one got me the most excited? And I went with the torque thrust, because she said the money's negligible. She's like, I'll buy the wheels for you. So there you go. If I buy you wheels, which one would you choose? And I went back into my Chrome Magnon man brain, and I thought about it for a while. And I built this blown truck. I'm going to go back, way back. So I built this truck with a blown small block in it and everything else. And I ordered a set of torque thrusts for it, gray centers, all that stuff. And when they showed up, they were the polished ones, which I didn't want. But I ended up, because that's what I got, I ended up putting them on the truck and drove them around. And then, because the other ones got lost in shipping, and the manufacturer just sent whatever it was out, who I was buying them from, the dealer or whatever. And they somebody misordered, and they sent out the chrome ones. So I ended up with the chrome ones because the other ones got lost in shipping. What was weird was about 3 weeks later, the ones I ordered or wanted showed up. But I'd already paid for the other ones and had them mounted and balanced. I didn't have another vehicle to put the other ones on. So I missed them there. My other 57 that I had, that was a 150, the old drag car, that I'm kind of trying to, kind of embodying. With this car, that was a legit, real old drag car. I'm kind of, before they were cool to do, I'm kind of trying to do a do-over with this car. Some of you guys know that, of what I would have done if I'd have kept that car and not sold it like an idiot. And I did buy old original vintage torque thrusts, and I ran them on that. 6s in the front and 8s in the back. And I love that car. But I didn't have it for a whole long time. In fact, this hood looks a lot like what that whole car looked. Yeah, so I decided what I really, really want in my little heart is, what makes me happy is I really wanted torque thrusts on this. I was really trying to find the original VN309 vintage torque thrusts, and they make them in a 15 by 5, but they do not make them anymore in a 15 by 10. They make them in a 15 by 8.5. And if this had a stock rear end, I'd have had that set on here from day one. But you know, an 8.5 inch wide rim that sticks in 4 inches, then stock is going to look really funny. So I'm not doing that. So that's what's going on. That updates you there. This is the U-joint I was looking for. This particular U-joint is a 1310 Chevrolet size, 1310, and a 1330 Ford size. They are dimensionally the same. The caps are roughly 60 thousandths bigger than the other. So I think these are an inch and a 16th, and these are an inch and an eighth, if I remember correctly, something like that. So they're a 16th or whatever. What is that? 0.0625 difference, thousandths. And so Ford, Chevy, and since I have a Ford rear end, the Chevy's going on the thing. They are exactly the same if I remember correctly. That cap size and this cap size, the spindles are the same. I believe this will fit on this one. It will. Okay, so just so you guys know, if you ever need these, this part number is a P430. Didn't come on anything stock. Napa carries these. They are a crossover. They also make a Ford pattern to a 1350 U-joint, which is like really wide with really big caps. They also make that conversion, and several other ones for like Toyotas and weird stuff like that. But this is this one, which is really cool. If I needed to, I could buy two U-joints. I could buy the stock 1310 and a stock 1330 and just swap the bigger caps onto and be fine. I could do that as well. In fact, I think I might actually have that over there. I just wanted to get this and show you that's what we're doing. So we're swapping these out. The cool part about these conversion ones is, if you notice, these come with the C-clip, and so for internal, they'll snap into the, let's go down here and take a peek. Oh, also have lights. Hold on, please. Oh, look at that. Oh, and this one too. No! Ah! Blind. Okay. Okay, so that is super light. And there's another one over there. So this light here, if you look at that, see how this has a slide here? Those little lights slide on here. And they're magnetic. Look at that. There's one up there too. And they charge USBs. This thing will also charge. It charges by a USB. It has a battery indicator on here when you turn the light on. Does that do it? Yeah. Tells me how full it is. And it also will take these two here, which charge USB. So I can charge one of these individually, because in the back of these, this is a product review at the same time. Here, magnetic. They have a USB, so I can charge it individually or plug it in here, and when I charge this, it charges all of them. The other cool thing this does is, you see a little contact in there? When this is not plugged in and I turn it on, don't make me a liar. What? Oh, didn't slide forward far enough. See how they dim? I can do 1, 2, 3. Super cool, and they're aimable, and they're magnetic. I'm really happy with that. So this one's on. Let me show. Okay, so this is back to this clip. See that clip? This clip goes in that side. This U-joint, combo U-joint, has inside, outside clips. You do both ways. So it can fit a plethora. What movie's that from? El Guapo. A plethora of setups. Now let's get to what I'm doing here. So what's going on here, kids, is I don't have a vise, but I do have several floor jacks. And you can do this in a vise as well, and I use the caps. So make it level, block of wood, down on that end, to bring it to the right setup. And I use the caps to catch what I'm trying to do here, because I need the height off the floor. And what you do is, when it's tight, is you take your hammer here, you hit it here, straight down. You want to go straight down with it. You don't want it on an angle, because it'll force here, and then this will force this cap. It'll push the joint up, force this cap up. I've already done the other side, and I can pull this out like this. And that cap comes out. This is the cool part. Watch this. I'm going to hit it. It's going to get loud. Ready? Watch that cap. Replace these caps. These have the needle bearings gone, so it doesn't do anything. Watch that cap. Caps out. U-joints out. And then I can take whatever I want, i.e. this screwdriver. Have them real handy. I can make this thing disappear. Disappear! That's not a hammer or a chisel or anything. But that's that. Now to install it, I'm making a mess here. I have to get the vacuum out. Let me get that other U-joint. Here we go. Where is it? It's up there. I'm going to put the caps that I'm not using. No, I'm not either. I'm using them all. Here's how I like to do U-joints. This may or may not be the way you want to do them. All right. First off, big cap, small cap. Needles everywhere. Okay. I prefer to take these caps off, and I always set them, I pull them off like this, and I set them up like that. Pull them off like this, I set them up like that, because if you tip them like this, they'll fall over. This joint, I'll set it there. I can push it in like this. And if I'm handy, I can seat it that way so it won't go anywhere. I can take this joint, stick it in this section, up inside, slide it over, and then straight down into the other U-joint and hold the needle still. See how I did that? This side. So now I take this cap. I wish I had a vise. This is where I really wish I had a vise. And I slide it in. There we go. Idea is to center it. See if I can get this in there where you can see it, with it coming straight down so the joint can go in both sets of needles. See that? It slides back and forth. It's in both sets of needles. Now, I need to set this one, seat this one. This is where you get a punch or a socket. I wish I had a nice drift punch to do this. If I don't, I'll use this big flat punch. And we'll set this in here gingerly. Set the spring lock. I need to get my bag. Hold, please. That looks like that'll fit there. Squeeze this. I always tip it in. Bring it like that. And then I'll spin it around to make sure that I caught the ring, that it seats. So now it's seated in there. Now I spin it this way. I tap this one in. It's gone past its seat. And this is where this trick with the two caps works really good. Oh, it'll go in there. Need those. Okay. This thing is really hard to turn. Here's where this works good. You can take this cap like this. Make sure this is up on your block of wood. And I'm going to use this to spread the cap up against the seat, up against the ring, loose. See how loose that is now? So nice. Because when I put this one this way, it pushes this one against the spring. Now it's nice and loose. And that is how you do a U-joint on the ground with a set of jack stands. I do a vise the same way. I do it on the road. You can use a rock, some 2x4s, and a hammer, and you can do it out on the trail. Don't ask me how I've known how to do that, which you can ask me if you want to, but I won't tell you. No, I will. I'll tell you. Maybe in a story sometime. Mud bogging, being an idiot, losing the front driveline. Okay, next video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what the heck does all this GL5 blah 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 and yellow metal stuff mean when you're looking for fluids for your transmissions, my manuals and differentials and stuff, and what you should use and why you should use it, and what these here numbers mean, and what the heck is that W? Some of you may know. Tell me if you do. You probably do. Same as oil, obviously. Yeah, gotta shut some lights off. And then, should we put this driveline in? I'll be right back and I'll set up underneath, because you want to watch that too. I do too. Oh, let me find I have some, hold on. Welcome back. Let's go back underneath. It is like daylight under here. Like super daylight. But you can't even see this because there's so much stuff going on. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Okay. Can you see down here? I think you might be able to. This is tape. I always tape my U-joints because even in traveling light travels, you got to make sure that those little things don't come out. These are the U's for this thing. Now, blinding my eyeballs. Up over the... Ooh, I got stuff in there. Gotta wipe that off, Yep, that's not going to go in that transmission. No thanks. Nothing inside. Here we go. All the way in. Got a wrench here somewhere. There it is. All the way in. Take off the tape. Probably want to turn this diff this way. That'll make it easier. Take off the tape. Oh yeah. Here, I'll bring you down here so you can watch this action. You saw it go in the tranny. That was pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh. Let's try this out. Press the old drive shaft. Well, that thing popped out. That's not supposed to be that way. That ring popped out. This ring popped out. Fail. Right there, fail. Make sure your rings are seated. That's what I didn't do, is I didn't make sure the ring was seated. That one's popped out too. Yeah. I have to get my punch in here and make sure I drive these clips into their home where they go. Seems like these new clips might be slightly different than that groove. If they are, I'll just change grooves or change clips. These straps fit this rear end. Hoping. Doesn't seem like it, does it? Oh, maybe they're bent. It's because they're bent. How'd they get bent? How do straps get bent? Who bends a strap? Maybe they just came that way packaging. Guess a little more. Leverage. What in the world is going on here? Okay, I guess I need to check this out first. Fits that one just fine. What's the deal? These are Ford Jeep Universal joint caps. These are specifically for Ford. I guess somebody didn't tell them they're for Ford. What in the world? Come on now. Get in there. Where you belong. There. Slide in there. Get in there. Where you belong. There we go. Little persuasion. Perfect. Little persuading stick. This car hasn't had a driveline in it in who knows how many years. Who knows? Here's something that I'm sure you guys have been thinking about a lot, because I know what you're thinking. If a runner runs and a baker bakes, why does a riser stay on the floor? Always wondered about that. Probably means nothing. But German specs right there, U-joint. Let me get my little punch in there and drive that in. Yeah. Pump that thing full of grease. Click. Click. Okay, they're in. It's got a driveline in it, kids. Look at that. There's a driveline in there. Ooh, yeah. I know it's all crusty and whatever, but I don't care. It's mine. It's mine and I love it. How's those lights under there, though? Look at that. 4-speed. Up there, 4-speed. All right. That concludes this portion of doing the wrong thing the right way. Which I can't really say that anymore because now those guys like, what, Freiberger and Dulcich and all those guys, they say that now, so I'll let them say it. They're a bigger channel than me, and I don't know if cooler than me is true, but they definitely make more money than me at this. I mean, I've only made like 4 or 5 million so far at this YouTube stuff, you know, with 260 people watching me who have nothing better to do. I mean, I would watch me. I think I'm kind of funny. No, that's not funny. Okay, here we go. All right. Lights out, drive lines in. Next step, putting in fluids.